again from the Crow's Nest. We're certainly good to be back home. Just the Blue Devils' second game in this famed stadium over the last month. How about a Saturday matinee between two of the top three offenses in the ACC? It's Duke and SMU, and off we go from Cameron. Game clock down to 15 seconds now. Here's Cameron Boozer off of a screen to the right. Penetrates, got into the paint. Oh! On the attack with a right-hand punch. It's a screen from Malik Brown. Penetrates, backpedals, looks to the left. There's Isaiah Evans. Thought about a three. He will take it and hit it. Cold-blooded. He's got 13. Timeout SMU. Aminya on the right. Comes off of Boozer's screen. Back to him on the baseline. Steps through on Toombs. Fed it to Gumba to punch it down. Sizing him up. Steps into the paint. Puts it up. Got it. Big fella with a floater. He's got 15. And the lead is 9. Caden Boozer has it on the right. Back to the left. Caleb Foster. Inside Cameron Boozer. In on Yigi Tolu. Off the window and in. Boozer's got 16. The lead back to 5. 2 minutes to go. 1:20 to go. Boozer to the left. Evans again. Give it to him. Isaiah from deep. The lead is 6. 1:12 to go. And that'll do it. It's a 7-point win at home. 82-75 is the final score as the Blue Devils take care of business against the Mustangs. Now 6-1 on the year against ranked opposition as number 6 knocks off number 24.
I thought our guys made the plays required to win. You got to give SMU credit. Toombs had a big-time game. You know, Edwards thought was really good, stepping up with Miller being out. But we have to be better. That's the bottom line. I have to help them better. Starts with me, and we have to be steadier. You know, we're a little bit like this right now on a roller coaster ride. And so, again, for me, it's growing, learning. What an opportunity to learn from a win, which is a blessing. To be 4-0 in our league is great. But my thing is about growth and learning, which we will get back to the film, get back to practice, and continue to do that. I'm really proud of the fact of Caden Boozer. You know, what he did for us tonight, he completely steadied us. He was, I thought, terrific. Pat, you know, has his career high. And, you know, we know Pat, how special of a player he can be. And I thought they had a great response. You know, you can get into starting. You can get into all this other stuff, all this superficial stuff. And, man, those guys are pros. They had a great attitude. And they really they had the two biggest plus-minuses in this game. So I love seeing that. And these guys have made, you know, still big-time plays, getting the stops when required. We haven't yet learned the inflection points of a game. You know, we come out and start the second half, a couple turnovers, and now it becomes a different game. I think it's just maturity. I think it's learning how to still play with each other. And then there are things that, again, as coaches, every team's different, so we got to help them with this group. But love coaching these guys, man. I want us to grow faster. You know, this thing, all of a sudden, we're halfway through, and I want us to not have to learn from a loss or learn from a big setback. And, you know, tonight we put ourselves in a position where, you know, a play here, a play there, that can happen.
Duke All Access is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Passionate fans and an ice cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. Fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Over the last few years, we've redefined what working remotely means, and so is the Ford F-150. Bring your desk wherever you go with an available flat interior work surface. Drop down the available tailgate work surface to get it all done. And plug in what you need outside the cab with available Pro Power on board. How's that for upping your productivity? Tough this smart can only be called F-150. For great offers on a well-equipped 2025 Ford F-150 truck, see your Carolina Ford dealer today.
Bud, hurry up. Come on. I'm a baseball dad. Just because I didn't go pro doesn't mean my kid won't.
Give me that. No pressure, kid. Just everyone watching.
Coach says it doesn't matter if you win or lose the game, but that's what losers say. You gotta swivel those hips, right? And you gotta swing. 4! And if you don't have the right insurance, you can be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
We understand your time is important, and so is how you measure it. You may want a beautiful timepiece that's able to perform under intense pressure. Or you may want a chronograph with unparalleled accuracy and a sophisticated style. At Reed's Jewelers, you'll find the perfect watch to measure your time. Time is the currency of your life. Measure it well.
In Duke's recent game at Louisville, the Blue Devils were tested in yet another road matchup as the Cardinals raced out to a 12-point lead, the largest deficit for Duke this season. But the Blue Devils turned things around in the second half for a huge ACC win, thanks to veteran play Caleb Foster delivering a career-high 20 points.
Caleb with 7 to shoot. Drives Rogers into the paint, steps through, scores off the window. He's got a new career high with 19. It's the Caleb Foster Show.
I mean, I'm extremely proud of Caleb. We all accepted him as the leader early on in the season, before the season even started. I feel like he proved that to us immediately, just with his play and with his voice. And so I'm just glad he's able to do it in a way where everyone else outside of the team respects it, even though, again, like I said, like a lot of that stuff doesn't really matter to us. But, you know, people are going to have opinions about who should do what and who's who, but you know, we all know who Caleb was at the beginning of the season and even now, and so we're just glad that he's able to put on for himself.
Well, Caleb, I see his growth in just that he's understanding what impacts winning, and his stability of just showing up every day to work, blocking out any noise, focusing on the task at hand, and being a great teammate, making others better, just doing all the things that you learn throughout your time in college. And he's been that stable guy for us. And I'm really proud of his growth, and I'm really proud of his commitment to Duke and his commitment to grow and get better.
I mean, my time here has been definitely up and down. Obviously, my freshman year I got hurt, and then last year I started playing and then I didn't play. But I think this is what a Duke player does. He doubles down. He fights for what he wants, just doesn't give up, you know, believes in himself, and he works hard, and then the results will show. Since I was a young kid, I always dreamed of coming to Duke. I mean, it's the biggest place to play in college basketball. The moments, you play in the biggest moments, the biggest games. It's everything I ever wanted.
What Caleb's done doesn't happen really anymore in college basketball. You know, freshman year he gets an injury, ends his season. A lot of guys would have left. Sophomore year doesn't play as much as he would have wanted to. And he even had a game, he had a DMP in a game. Most guys would have left. And instead, he kept coming back to what he has to do better, what he can control, talking to the coaching staff about how he can grow and take the next step. And I think that's should be just commended, you know, and as a Duke basketball fan, as the coach, I'm really proud of that commitment. And I'm proud of being able to be on a journey with a guy for multiple years. And I think that's harder to get now in this day and age. And he's really stayed true to that commitment to Duke and stayed true to that commitment to the team. And his growth has been great to see.
To me, I feel like now I'm not as old as like other leaders, as you would say, like, because, you know, usually 4-year guys that are leading the team. But, I mean, it's been great. I just try to be myself. I don't try to do anything that's not me. And, you know, just make sure everybody's on the same page, you know, letting the guys know if they need anything, you know, texting people. Just being a connector, doing whatever it takes to win. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've been focusing on.
I think it's great for our team to have somebody that's been through some really difficult moments, who's been in different roles, starting, scoring a lot of points, not playing some off the bench. So I think it allows you to have really good humility, really good empathy for other guys and what they're going through. And he's already shown in his 2.5 years, he's not about him. You know, he is about his love of Duke, you know, his love of this program, and I think that's contagious when you have a guy that's that way.
Obviously, Cam is a force down low. Nobody can stop him when they get in the paint. So, you know, when the game is getting close, they're obviously going to shrink because they think he's going to take the last shot. But Cam being such a great player, man, he just trusts his teammates, he trusts me. After you put in so much work, when those times come, I feel like that the work it literally shows. Like you don't really realize what you're doing until kind of like after, like way after, like. You don't really understand what you just did in the moment. My mindset was just winning the basketball game. I know a lot of people didn't know if we are the team we say we are, and those are games you got to win. And we talk about all the time. So my mind was solely focused on winning. I knew, you know, Cam time and time again makes the right plays at the end of the game. So my man had like ran because he turned his back, and I was trying to talk to him, but it was so loud in there that I couldn't really. I don't know if he heard me, but then I seen him turn around and see me. So, I mean, the shot was straight reps, preparation, stuff I've been working on, and I was able to knock it down.
He was locked in and focused on what the game plan was, and to have poise in that moment, it's a one-point game. To see that ball go in, he gets thousands of shots up. You know, I mean, nobody's put up more shots than him in our gym, and so to see that pay off, I was just really proud of him. Really happy for him, and there's a huge moment for our team.
I mean, it means the world. I mean, it's everything I work for. I mean, I put in countless hours to this game, and I want to win national championship. Everybody knows I want to win that, and I think that we just got to keep putting steps forward, keep getting better, keep improving, come in every day with that mindset, and the sky's the limit for the team.
Duke All Access is brought to you by Gatorade, created to hydrate better than water. Gatorade, the official sports drink of Duke Athletics.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola, for everyone.
Turn up the heat on the competition this season with CPI Security, proud partner of the Duke Blue Devils.
Hey, what's up, roomie? I got us some Jersey Mike subs.
Danny DeVito? Are you my freshman roommate?
And that doesn't matter. This is a Jersey Mike's commercial where the subs matter most. I mean, look how big that is. We'd eat that for lunch and for dinner. Hey, we eat that. Hey, who let the rents in? You want a Jersey Mike's?
Introduce us to your new roommate.
Mom, it's Danny DeVito.
That's mine. Don't touch it. Where the subs matter most. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
From the mountains to the coast and everywhere in between, Duke's researchers are working hard for North Carolina. So you can be there for the moments that matter the most. From our labs to the ones you love.
Duke Research saves lives.
A 6'8" freshman from St. Louis, Missouri, number 0, Jayson Tatum.
Jason's not only coming back to support our program, but he also is the first ever CBO, Chief Basketball Officer, for Duke basketball. And he's obviously already been following our guys, staying in touch with everything that's happening. He's been incredible with our players. But for us to formalize that in some way, he's at the top of his game. Obviously, there's no better player in the world playing the game of basketball than him. His love for Duke, the love that we share for him is mutual. And so to get a chance to have him come back.
Yeah, the chief basketball officer of Duke University basketball. You know, I was ecstatic about the opportunity. This program means so much to me, and I had an unbelievable time here. And you know, I watch all the games. I come back as often as I can. I talk to John every other day. Me, him, and Emil, we in a group message. So now, having a title that is kind of associated with things that I, just do because I really care about this program and the people in it. So, to formally have a title with this program, the opportunity to be involved more, and, hopefully when the time permits itself to be able to come back a little more than, I already do. I really do appreciate it. I don't take anything for granted. I really just hope to try to make more of an impact on the program in a positive way, helping accelerate this program, or the players especially. I think a big thing is, I remember all the former players, whether it was Quinn or Jalil Okafor, Jabari, Tyus, like guys I just talked to when I was in college and when I first got to the league that were giving me advice and trying to help me, Rodney Hood, guys that just, we all come from the same program and they wanted me to do really well and succeed. And, I try to do the same thing with Paolo, right? Like I've always been there to help him out when I can, and I've always been a big advocate for him. So I just think the responsibility of trying to push the next group of guys forward and help them in any way that I can, just a responsibility that we all share.
I want to tell you guys something cool, really special we're doing this year. We've created a position that's unlike anything in the country. It's going to be Chief Basketball Officer for Duke basketball, all right? And Jayson's going to be a part of our team from afar, all right? And he's going to keep in touch with you guys, stuff he sees. He's going to keep in touch with me, our staff. There's nobody better in the world, man, we could have, and no better supporter for you guys than him. Also, Emil Jefferson is here, who obviously was just a coach for us as well. But Emil, get in here, man. Come on, get in here. But I asked Jay to say a few things to you guys. Now let's give it up for Jay, all right?
First of all, happy to be here. Obviously, most important thing, like we always talk about the brotherhood and how special it is. I remember being in college, and the cool thing about this program is everybody that came before me, right? Even if I never met them before, genuinely wanted me to be the best version of myself. And it's not like that everywhere else. It's not like that in professional career, whether it's basketball or something else. And I think that's really special, right? Everybody that came before me wanted me to be special. I want the best for all of you guys, right? And I think that's, why we, made this relationship, formal or whatever. I've always supported you guys. I talk to John and them all the time. But for me, it's just about getting to know you guys better. However I can help, come around more often. I got a good relationship with some of y'all, but I want to have a better one, right? Whatever questions y'all have that you maybe feel like you can't ask the coaches or somebody, whether it's about basketball, NIL, agents, or whatever it may be, I genuinely want the best for you guys. So, that's what it's going to be. And, when I was younger, I had people ask or say, like, yo, if you got any questions, reach out. And I always thought, like, man, maybe they're too busy, or, I was worried about, interrupting their time. I'm telling you guys, like, take my number. If you have any questions, whatever, I'm always around, always available, whatever you guys need. So, appreciate y'all. Coming back, it's like coming back home. There's a sense of pride that I have, obviously, the connections that I have with staff, coaching staff, John, obviously, the players. And I think that's what makes this place special. It was a big reason why I chose to come to Duke. The brotherhood is real, right? We all respect one another. We all want the best for each other. So there's a responsibility that comes with, being a part of this program and giving back and coming back is one of them. And, I love coming back, and, it's a lot of great memories that I had here.
Obviously, what you've accomplished is incredible. The championships, the wins, all that. To me, I'm most proud of who you are, how you represent, who you are as a father, everything you've done in Boston. So for us, this is a huge honor to have you be our first-time CBO. Deuce is excited. He just came running in. But it's an incredible thing for our program, so I appreciate you.
Thank you, of course.
We need somebody that's going to be helping us this year. Let's give it up for Jayson Tatum.
A history of winning started with the 65 Gators losing steam, losing sweat. The solution? A drink that hydrates better than water and changed the game forever.
Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
It's bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Over the last few years, we've redefined what working remotely means, and so is the Ford F-150. Bring your desk wherever you go with an available flat interior work surface. Drop down the available tailgate work surface to get it all done. And plug in what you need outside the cab with available Pro Power on board. How's that for upping your productivity? Tough this smart can only be called F-150. For great offers on a well-equipped 2025 Ford F-150 truck, see your Carolina Ford dealer today.
Hear live, out-of-market play-by-play this year with the Varsity Network app. In a truly unique listening experience, capture every moment and all of the drama. Powered by Learfield, the Varsity app delivers the soundtrack of your favorite teams. Access live and on-demand audio broadcasts, plus over 100 official school podcasts for free through the Varsity app. Download the Varsity Network app today.
It's bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
A history of winning started with the 65 Gators losing steam, losing sweat. The solution? A drink that hydrates better than water and changed the game forever.
Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
Duke Basketball 360 with Coach John Scheyer.
Meanwhile, down low, Gungba catches off the pass from Cameron Boozer, goes up and scores. Big Pat's got 4, and the game is tied for the first time since it was 3-3. They call out the play with 12 on the topper. Foster calls her a screen, gets it from Cameron Boozer, top of the key, lobs it back to him, slicing in, a lob! And Gungba will throw it down. Tic-tac-toe, and they're up by 6.
We have a unique team in the fact that Cam Boozer, Malik Brown, and Pat Gongba are 3 of our best passers on the team. And so we want to play through those guys as much as possible to create offense for us. And we have cutting actions and movement off the ball where those guys can be in position to pass. Also, they can look to attack the score from there as well. But it's a huge asset. You know, not many teams have that where their big guys can think the game, see the floor, and make reads. And we have to continue to use that to our advantage, which we will. And those guys need to continue to grow with how they can continue to be, big threats when they get the ball. We've even played with all 3 of our big guys out there together with Pat, Malik, and Cam. And, I think part of it's, who are you playing against matchup-wise, but also for them, in the fact that they can think the game. They all can pass. They have high IQ and versatility in the defensive end. You're able to do that some. And our guys have done a really good job when we've had those lineups in of playing to our strengths. You have more support in the rebounding battle, and then you can do a better job protecting the paint as well with that size and length on the floor. Here's some clips of just how good of passing big men that we have. And it starts with Pat, and a great cut by Isaiah. But I think for these guys, they understand the spacing on the floor. Malik, another example right here. Passing to Pat, move without the ball, and they just continue to play. And Pat and Malik have had a great connection, and here's another example of them just finding each other. And what these guys do on their drives, they get great vision. You know, that's great feel by Pat and a great cut by Malik. Same thing here, Pat having the vision, understanding who can be open, and then makes the right read and passing to Cam for the open three. Another example right here, Malik's a screener off the ball, gets Nick a wide open three. Cam's the one initiating offense on top of the floor. Malik now top of the floor and making simple passes. Simple but really brilliant passes. And then Malik and Pat have had that connection, and it's great to see those guys do it again from that high-low pass. And then the ability, Cam in this, he has the ability to make plays in midair, and that's what we saw there. We've had some great high-low passes. You know, you saw one from Malik, now here's another one from Pat, thrown inside to Cam. And then when we get stalled in our offense, sometimes the best thing is just flashing one of our big guys, which Malik does here, and then he reads the floor. And in this case, it's seeing Cam wide open for a layup. Another time, Cam gets the ball now, initiating offense, and this time he hits Malik for the easy layup. So their connection with each other and then their ability to see the floor with other guys is important. Another time here, Cam throwing to Pat, just great passes, great touch on it, and a really good finish by Pat. Just another example of initiating offense, top of the floor. Cam has it, and then a great cut by Isaiah for a finish. Just another example, Pat, top of the floor, and a great high-low pass to Cam for an easy finish. Really such a blessing to have big guys that can see the floor and pass the way that these guys can.
Puts one inside Gongba. Here's a lob. There's the answer. Brown a flush. They solved that zone well, and they're up by 6. Here's Foster. Feeds it to the left. Here's a lob, and Brown will flush it home off the feed from Cameron Boozer to turn out the lights at the Yum Center.
Malik definitely took a step in the Louisville game of being back to, you know, who we know he is as a player. And it's been a disruptive year in terms of him, you know, physically just getting back and everything, but some of the blocks, the deflections, the activity, it was huge for us in that game. And Malik is so important for our group and who we are and what we do. And you know, I was really happy to see that. And we found that group in the second half with Malik in there. It just made us better, and the disruption was key.